Oh, I was just here. Sorry. Hope you guys are doing well. It's been a hot second since I recorded. Right now it is middle of October, and I am currently uploading the other Nancy Drew game and then the Arthur game that I also have. Yeah. Still unemployed, which sucks. I actually had an interview today and it was really, really strange. I think they did this by accident, but they let it slip during my interview that they are slow to hire but quick to fire. I've never heard of anything like that. I don't know about you guys, but that was ridiculous to hear. Oh no, another periodic table of elements. Excellent. So happy. Did I explore the lounge?
Still have to do that.
I literally just explored it. Whatever. Okay, well, let's go back. Let's go to security. Let's see if I can see the security tape. I can't. Okay. Cat is alive. Aw, cutie. Unlock all binaries in 5 charges when fully powered stations send out additional charges in all directions. Someone is working. I hear them clicking away. Why haven't they said anything yet? That's a good question. We can find out in just a second. Oh, it's this guy. He doesn't like me. Well, I've got to talk to him, though.
Don't know you. Who let you in?
But we've already met. In the lab? Never mind. I'm Nancy. I'm here doing research for a new owner.
Just what this place needs.
You're not a fan of the idea?
Nope.
Why not?
Not a fan of most ideas.
Well, okay.
That's a strange attitude for someone who works at a research facility.
Might be.
What do you do here?
Job description says security agent. Suppose it's more valid than not.
How long have you worked here?
Don't know.
Can you estimate?
Nah.
You're really not going to tell me how long you've worked here?
So it would seem.
Well, dang. Okay, cool. Thanks.
I'll let you go.
Yeah.
All right, well, cool. You've been nice. I can't snoop his security booth because he's here. So let us continue on, shall we? Here's the main laboratory.
Locked.
Oh, can't
It's
go.
locked.
Yes, okay, I get it. Sorry. I can't go in here? Apparently not. So let's go here. Cool, an elevator. Oh, I can go both up and down. Let's go up. Oh, this doesn't give me good feelings at all. Why do I feel like... Well, but nothing's haunted. So I guess that's a good thing. I'm assuming nothing's haunted. That's always a good thing. Maybe it's so creepy working here. I don't know, guys. Binary Buster presents 15 things you never knew about electricity. The first electric lighthouse was the Statue of Liberty. An electric eel produced a 650-volt shock. The largest electrical blackout to date cut power to over 600 million people in India in 2012. You can light up a burnt-out fluorescent bulb in your hand using a Tesla coil. Lightning can carry up to 1 billion volts. The phenomenon called St. Elmo's fire is actually luminous plasma around a grounded object in an electrical field. Voltage doesn't kill people. Current kills people. Currents as low as 60 milliamperes can be lethal. The lightning rod was invented by Benjamin Franklin. Is someone next to me? Fireflies are 90% more efficient at producing light than incandescent light bulbs. Silver is the best metal for conducting electricity, followed by copper, then gold. Humphrey Davy invented an electric light bulb in 1802, more than 70 years before the Edison bulb. The first electric car was built in 1828. Static electricity was first described in the 6th century BCE by Thales of Miletus. Got an adapter? There are 12 different standard outlet plugs all around the world. Nikola Tesla created the longest ever man-made lightning bolt at a record 130 feet. 7 ways to be energy efficient. Replace standard light bulbs with compact fluorescents. Stop the electronic vampires. Unplug electronics when they're not in use. Dry your clothes the old-fashioned ways on a clothesline. Use a programmable thermostat. Keep it clean. Replace cooling and heating system filters yearly. Know what you want before you open the fridge. Turn the lights off when you leave the room. This has been a red to zero announcement. What? I heard someone behind me. This is sus. Super sus. There was someone that came up behind me. I swear. Okay, so it's locked. Well, alrighty then. What is this electronic mouse thing? There we go. Are we in an office? Ooh, I hear typing. Oh, it's a gummy bear. Love that for me. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, we're in an office. I love this.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. Mason's not very forgiving.
Oh, well, okay. Sorry.
Can I help you? What brings you here? School?
Actually, I'm checking the lab out for a new potential owner.
Oh yeah, Nancy, right?
Yes.
Ellie. Victor wanted me to show you the coil. I guess you could say you're lucky. Most people never get to see the inside of the lab. And we're not exactly up to giving tours, considering. Ready?
Oh, boy.
Pretty impressive, isn't it?
Is this the coil that was responsible for Nico's death?
Yes. It's been rewired since that night. It never should have been set up that way in the first place.
Why was it wired that way? There must have been a reason, right?
Now, I need you to focus on what we're doing. It's very dangerous. What you're in right now is called a Faraday cage.
Well, how does it work?
Basically, it conducts the electricity away from whatever is inside it, keeping you safe. Here we go! Okay, that's it. Back to the office.
I don't know if I liked
Thanks
that.
for the demo. Any chance you could let me look around in the lab sometime?
Nope.
I hope I can ask all of these.
Can you tell me what you do at the lab?
In plain terms, I'm a research scientist.
How long have you worked here?
Some days it feels like decades. I don't actually know. 2 years? Maybe a bit less.
Do you share the office?
In a way. Mason's station is over there. He's in during the day.
You said the coil should never have been wired the way it was the night Nico died. Why not?
Wiring the secondary and primary coils together is a good way to get yourself killed. Or someone else.
Are you sure it was Ryan?
Yes.
Why would she do that?
She said Nico insisted.
Does that sound like something Nico would do?
I never understood him. But if he was even a fraction as smart as his work leads me to believe, why would he do something so dangerous?
Is there a way into the lab without a key card?
No. Trust me, I've tried. I'm not great at remembering to bring my card, and Gray does not like letting me in.
Okay.
I'll let you go.
Goodbye, Nancy.
I'll probably still ask you some shit from time to time. Not just that, but when you're away from your office, I'm definitely gonna snoop. Oh yeah, see, snoop Ellie's workplace. Okay, so I can't look at Mason's stuff. Oh, let me go down the... Oh, I just came from here, didn't I? Okay, so that's Ellie, and that's Mason. What's over here, though? What is this? Tesla coils, a user's guide. Gary Gronkowski. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. This is going to be quite a read. This is a read episode. And reading is fundamental. Okay, let me see how many pages it's going to be. Okay, only 2 pages. Oh, God, this is going to come in handy, though. So, Tesla coil components. So, 1 primary coil or main inductor creates a magnetic field that induces current in the secondary coil. Secondary coil. or secondary inductor, generates high voltage. 3. Toroid releases the electricity. 4. Capacitors store energy while the coil is charging. 5. Spark gap causes the capacitors to charge or discharge depending on the amount of voltage traveling across the gap. I'm definitely going to get electrocuted at some point. To lower voltage stress, we replace the old single cap with a multi-miniature capacitor matrix, MMC. MMC will charge only when there is no other cap of a similar color rating in the same row or column. Ryan replaced part in spark gap with one made to her modifications. Note for future tests, now coil won't run without the new part in place. Okie dokie. Buckle up, y'all. This is going to be a bit of a read. So, Tesla coil accessories. Faraday cage. The Faraday cage is an invention of 19th century scientist Michael Faraday, capable of shielding its contents from the harmful effects of electromagnetic fields, EMFs. These fields can be created by electromagnetic objects including solar flares, microwaves, radios, and electromagnetic pulses, EMPs. While some EMFs are relatively harmless, powerful solar flares or EMPs can completely burn out unprotected electronic devices. A Faraday cage can prevent EMF damage. The Faraday cage is an enclosed structure which conducts an electrical charge across its surface. Anything from large-scale builds of metal mesh with copper grounds to a cardboard box wrapped in aluminum foil with a ground made from a paperclip and a binder clip. When electric charges or radiation hit a Faraday cage, the charges are conducted across the external surface of the metal casing and out through an attached ground. The contents within the cage remains undamaged. A Faraday cage can also act as a conductor for the lethal current from a Tesla coil discharge. The current is conducted down and out of the ground, keeping the contents of the cage safe. So let me just tell you guys. Majority of the time when I read something out loud like that, this did not compute with me. And I think it's because it's not something that my brain is like wired to understand. See, if we talk about psychology or something like that, or theater or whatever, then that's information that I can retain and understand. But this stuff, it literally goes in and out. Like I say it out loud and my brain just does not compute and does not hold that information that I just read. Strike rings and lightning rods. Electricity favors the path of least resistance, which means strike rings or lightning rods can be used to attract the lightning streamers from the Tesla coil. The streamers would otherwise be discharged in random directions from the toroid. When placed in close proximity to the Tesla coil, the highly conductive metal rings and rods make a less resistant path for the electricity to flow. The lightning is then much more likely to strike the rings and rods than any other area in the room. This is all going to be important, but this is all something that I'm going to need to cheat on. Currents and circuitry. Electrical circuits are depicted in schematic diagrams using symbols and lines to represent components and connections. Schematic diagrams make it easy to read how components should be connected in a circuit. Because a schematic diagram shows a simplified layout, it may appear quite different from the final placement of the components at the circuit board. See figure 3.2. Following the connections on both the schematic and the board is the best way to figure out the correct placement of the components. Schematic, so that's to the power source. And then here is the current. I feel like this is a plug. It like shows over here. It's a speaker. So there's the speaker. This little doodad. It's a transitor. Okay, so I can kind of understand, like, here's a resistor, here's a resistor, here's a resistor. I can kind of understand what some of this means. I'm guessing this is a battery, this big guy. Yeah, something like that. So this is capacitor, stores an electrical charge, restricts electrical current to flow in one direction only. That's the diode. Fuse, safety device to protect from excessive current. Resistor, restricts the amount of current flowing through the circuit. Integrated circuit, small electronic device, also known as chip. Inductor, wire coil that creates a magnetic field when current passes through. Transistor, used to amplify a signal or open or close a circuit. Switch. Okay, some of these actually seem a little bit familiar to me because I've definitely done these diagrams before, like elementary school. A switch, and maybe like physics or something. A switch that only allows current to pass through when in the on position. So like if you switch on this, it like goes down and like connects the circuit. Speaker, transforms electric signal to sound waves. All right, cool. Oh, I can keep it? I can keep it. Sweet, which means we're gonna need it later. Love that for us. Can I get some water? I'm thirsty from saying, oh my god, look, it's from the Castle Malloy thing. Or at least that's what it looks like. Let's read the journal. Here's the suspects.